Are you all right?
Hunger makes the body weak, but silence breaks the soul. The words echoed in Daniel's mind the moment he saw her trembling hands. The young cashier could barely grip a loaf of bread without dropping it. Her lips were pale, her eyes heavy, her body swaying as if she hadn't eaten in days. Daniel froze, his little daughter tugging at his sleeve, whispering, "Daddy, why is she shaking?" What the cashier said next left him absolutely speechless. It was late evening. The store was nearly empty, shelves half-stocked, and the tired hum of fluorescent lights filled the air. Daniel, a single father working 2 jobs, pushed his cart slowly toward the checkout line. His daughter clutched the teddy bear from the discount. Ben, humming quietly, innocent and carefree, but Daniel's eyes locked on the cashier. A young woman barely in her 20s was struggling to scan groceries. Her fingers quivered so violently that the barcode scanner beeped multiple times on a single item. The coin she tried to hand to a customer spilled across the counter, rolling onto the floor. The customer frowned, irritated, muttering under his breath before storming out. Daniel stepped forward. He'd seen exhaustion before. He'd seen hunger. He knew this wasn't just nerves. As Daniel began placing his items on the belt, he noticed her struggling again. His daughter whispered, "Daddy." Maybe she's scared of something. Daniel leaned forward, lowering his voice so no one else could hear. "Are you okay? Why are your hands shaking like that?" The young woman froze. Her chest rose and fell quickly as though she was holding back a storm. Finally, her lips parted and her truth shattered the silence. "I haven't eaten in 2 days," she whispered. "Every dollar I make here goes to buy medicine for my brother. He's all I have left." And food comes second. Daniel's world stilled. He heard the buzzing lights, the beep of the register, but they felt far away. His daughter's wide eyes pierced his heart. She was too young to understand hunger, but Daniel remembered it vividly. He remembered nights when he skipped dinner, so his daughter wouldn't know they were struggling. Nights he worked until his hands bled, so she could sleep with a full stomach. Now, here stood this young woman fighting the same battle, but with no one to notice. Her hands shook not just from hunger, but from carrying the crushing weight of survival. Daniel looked down at the few bills in his wallet. It wasn't much. He lived paycheck to paycheck, but he saw himself in her. He saw desperation and love intertwined. He slid the bills across the counter. All of them. Her eyes widened. "No, I can't take this." Daniel's voice grew firm, heavy with emotion. "It's not charity. I know what it feels like to fight for someone you love and feel like the world doesn't see you. But I see you. And tonight, you eat. You hear me. You eat." Her lips trembled. Tears streamed down her face as she pressed her shaking hands to her mouth. For the first time in months, relief poured into her exhausted body. Daniel's daughter stepped forward, holding out her teddy bear. "This is for your brother," she said softly. "It makes me feel better when I'm scared." The cashier broke down, sobbing openly now. Around them, customers who had been quietly observing suddenly grew restless. Some bowed their heads in shame for ignoring her struggle. Others reached into their wallets, following Daniel's lead. One act of kindness had sparked a chain reaction. As Daniel and his daughter walked out of the store, the night air felt different, lighter somehow. His daughter squeezed his hand. "Daddy," she whispered, "heroes don't wear capes, right?" Daniel smiled, tears stinging his eyes. "That's right, baby." She glanced back at the cashier through the glass doors. "I think we met one tonight." Daniel's breath caught. Not because of what they had given, but because of what they had witnessed. True strength. True sacrifice. Hunger doesn't just starve the stomach, it starves hope. But sometimes a single act can feed both. Asterisk if you believe kindness still exists, type kindness wins in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories that remind us humanity is our greatest strength.